Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 44, and today Millwall can all but secure their safety in February and March in the Premier League with two big games against Watford away at Vicarage Road and West Ham at home as well. Before we play the games though, shall Mill be getting on off camera? But before we do that, I will show you guys what happened in a surprisingly eventful January transfer window, where we weren't planning to do anything, but in the end we made a club record sale and bought in a new centre-back as well. A couple players left on loan. Marvin Brito was left on loan for the first time since graduating from the academy. He's joined Preston at Deepdale for the rest of the season, which he needed to do really, get some first-team football, as he was like our 4/5th choice striker this season. And also Yannick Vergers has joined Rotherham on a season-long loan as well. But I don't like his red arrows though, Yannick, sorted out, mate. But on deadline day, as the window was coming to its close, I wasn't expecting to do anything, but unfortunately we made a club record sale, which was totally out of my hands. Karim Rakik, who we bought in the summer from Brighton, left the club for £12.5 million. The reason why he went for such a cheap deal, because as you can see he's valued at £20 million right now, is because he had a minimum fee release clause in his contract at Millwall, which we couldn't get rid of. It was one of those ones that the agent locks and you can't remove. So we had to basically bite the bullet on that one. Like, if we were going to sign Rakik, we knew he was probably going to leave in 6 to 12 months, get picked up by a bigger club. Milan came in, 12.5 mil release clause, that was met, and he was on his way. So we make a quick profit on the guy in the space of 6 months. I'm pleased enough with that. But because defense has been our weakest area this season, let's just say we know for a fact that valuation, is not his true valuation. He's way better than that. You see, he started off very well at Milan right now, 2 games, an 8.0 rating. And I much would have rather had Rakik here than let him go to the San Siro. Unfortunately, it was out of my hands, so Rakik went, a new club record sale, and we replaced him with Pontus Jansson, who some of you guys might be aware of course, the former Leeds defender in real life, moved to Southampton in the game. And since his time at St Mary's, he's put in decent shifts, but he was on the transfer list for an incredibly cheap 875 grand. And I thought, you know what, we'll snap him up then. He's 32 years old, so he's just turned 32 in the game. It's only a 6-month deal. He's on 33 grand a week, but if he plays 10 league games, he'll get an extra year, which I'm not sure whether I want that or not really, because to be honest, he's not that great. Like, he's alright, he's decent, he's 6'5", he's got some good stats here, such as marking, tackling, positioning, not too bad, strength 15 as well, determination 17, gotta love that. And to be fair, when you compare him with Karim Rakik, they're actually very similar players. I think I'd prefer Karim, but either way, they're quite similar. So a like-for-like swap, even though Jansson is 4 years older. But Jansson's in, and yeah, that was what happened in deadline day, in what was a surprisingly eventful transfer deadline day. But what's been happening off camera? We played 4 games since the 5-1 defeat to Wolves you saw in the last episode, that humiliating loss at Molineux. And to be fair, we picked it up with back-to-back wins and back-to-back clean sheets, where Pontus Jansson came in and helped us get those 2 clean sheets, starting with a victory over Crystal Palace by a goal to 0 at the Den. Clinton Webster continue his fantastic form this season, getting the only goal of the game, and despite Koulibaly getting sent off for 2 yellow cards, we still held on for the 3 points, and a big victory there against a side who right now are rock bottom and probably going down. And then a very surprising 3-0 victory away at Goodison Park followed against Everton. Webster once again doing it for us, 2 in 2 for Clinton, who's just been on fire this season, definitely justifying that new contract, and 2 goals for Enzo in the final 7 minutes. We're out to the points of the 3-0 victory, and despite Menji missing a penalty, we still got the 3 points, and we've got a surprisingly decent record against Everton in the series, and it continued there with a very good win. But unfortunately, the final 2 games off camera were back-to-back defeats, starting with a home loss to Middlesbrough by a goal to 0. The Championship fixture has been released today in real life, and Middlesbrough at home is actually our first fixture of the season. Looking forward to that. But we're beaten by the Borough by a goal to 0. We played well in this game, but unfortunately it was a snatch and grab performance from the away side. Harvey Barnes giving them the late winner with just 2 minutes to go, as Middlesbrough claimed a big 3-point stay in their bid to stay up. And our final game off camera was a 4-3 defeat at home to Manchester City in one of the games of the season. It was brilliant. I fielded a really weak lineup for this game because I expected us to lose, which we did to be fair, and we got Watford in just 3 days time, which is a much bigger game, a more winnable fixture for us. But to be fair, we played okay in this game. We did alright, and I said this before, when we play a big team, we go at them. We don't just sit back and play for the point. We go at them and look to get all 3. but sadly couldn't do so. I got nothing in the end, despite 2 hat-tricks, one on either side. Maiga, who's a new gen / regen for City, scored a hat-trick, as did John Black for us, capitalising on a rare start this season, getting 3 goals, but in the end they came in vain, as we ended up getting 0 points from the game, and that continued our lame run of form, because as you can see right now, it's not been great. Just 2 wins in our last 7 games in all competitions, 3 in our last, I think it's 11, 12, oh god, I don't even want to count. It's a long way since we've had a win, really, based on this horrendous run of form here, and these back-to-back losses, very frustrating, and that's why right now we sit in 11th place in the table, but there's only 11 games to go. We've got 34 points, we're 11 points clear of the drop zone, where Bournemouth sit in 18th place right now. You would assume that West Ham and Crystal Palace are going down, which I'm actually quite sad about, because I like the rivalries in this series, so hopefully they can get a rally going and stay up come the end of the year, but you'd assume those 2 are probably going down right now. Bournemouth are in 18th place. Realistically, they're the only team in the bottom 3 that can probably make their way out of it, but for us, we know that if we get to 40 points, we're probably safe. That's a magic points total in the Premier League. Get to 40 points, you're ordinarily safe. And right now, we're just 6 points off that. So today, as I said in the intro, we can pretty much secure safety. We got 41 points last season. That kept us up. And every single season, 40 points has been enough to keep teams in the Premier League. So hopefully, oh dear, excuse me, we can secure safety today. That's the aim anyway. Let's find out if we can do it. So our first game is away at Vicarage Road, where right now we're undefeated against them in 5. And we'll be lining up in a 5-3-2 for the game, where hopefully we'll return to winning ways on the back of back-to-back defeats. Right now, injury report, Bree is currently out. He's out for 2 to 5 weeks, and also O'Reilly suspended. Other than that, everyone's fit. So let's get into the game. So this is our team then. Lunan in goal, back 3 of Hutchinson, the new man Janssen and Dale Fry, with our wing-backs being Chilwell on the left, Ahumada on the right, and in the middle, we've got Koulibaly, the Dream, and Dobby as our trio. And up top together, our lethal duo, Gutierrez and Kuchar. And on the bench, Woodman, Cooper, Romeo, Drinkwater, Webster, the man of the season so far. Well, one of the men of the season so far. Enzo, and a hat-trick hero against City, John Black. So first game, it's Watford. Let's get the win. Come on, you Lions. To be fair to West Ham and Crystal Palace, whilst they are right now 8 points adrift of safety, they can definitely make up that deficit in 11 games. That is more than doable. West Ham have got a really good team in the game, so I'm surprised that they've struggled so much this season. But I honestly, it's weird to say this as a Millwall fan, but I kind of hope they do stay up, because the rivalries make this series fun, and it will be nice to see them stay in the Premier League, as Roberts goes for goal, but Lunin turns behind for a corner. But for us, we know if we can get to 6 points today, we'll all be safe. And the reason why these 2 games are massive as well is because you've seen the cluster of games to end the season. So many big matches against big teams. We won't get many points. So we've got to capitalise on the 2 games today and at least come through with 4 points out of 6, I feel. However, it is all Watford to begin this game off, though, as Rakitic on the ball spreads that wide towards Patrick Roberts. And the young Englishman back into Doucouré, spreads that wide towards Kieran Trippier, and lots of space for Trippier to cross. He's such a good crosser. Lunin fisted away, and it is headed clear, but only temporarily it seems Doucouré keeps it going. And Watford has started this game off very well indeed. Got to keep closing down Trippier. His crosses are so good, but this time Lunin catches this one, as we're still tied at 0-0. As he plays it out wide towards the captain Hutchinson. Come on, let's get an early goal here. We've got a good record against Watford in the series. Let's keep it going and get another win here. Dobby, nice through ball. Marek's onto it, one-on-one. No, he's played it across to Gutierrez. Selfless play. He could have gone for that himself there, Marek, but gave it to Christian. Good save, still 0-0. Good chances early for both teams, but still goalless. Very surprised if this game finishes 0-0, as Sessegnon's long ball is cut out by Dale Fry. Definitely got goals in this game. And I feel whoever gets the first one is going to have the best chance of going on to get the 3 points. As Ben Chilwell down left-hand side plays a nice through ball to Christian. Marek's in the middle. Can he find him? He can indeed, over the bar. And another golden chance. Neither of our strikers, though, who I praised pre-game, able to find the back of the net. One thing we certainly can't afford to do today in these 2 games is lose them both. I feel we need at least 1 win. That'll give us 37 points. There's still going to be 10 games to go in the season, or 9 games to go in the season come the end of today's episode. We need at least 1 victory today. And based on our good form and good record against Watford, I'm targeting the 3 points here. And we've played okay, but still tied at 0-0. I don't see it finishing this way, though. I'm sure someone's going to break a deadlock at some point and go in front. Can it be the Lions? Ahumada's cross. Gutierrez heads it over the bar. We're getting the chances. 3 click opportunities in the hour, but we just can't take them. Come on. And now a chance for Watford. Sessegnon to Joel Campbell off the bench, as the Costa Rican plays it towards Haps. And his pass is intercepted. Now a chance on the break. Come on, Kuchar down the right-hand side. He's going to need some support here. Holds onto it and finds Dale Fry. We've played well in this game, but our strike duo, who have been excellent all season, just have not turned up. But here is one of them, Marek Kuchar down the right-hand side, crossing. It's a deep one over everyone, across towards Ben Chilwell, keeps it in. His cross is deep. Marek is there, who heads it over the bar, and another great chance, another cross. We're getting the joy when whipping it in, but we just can't take the opportunities. And if we lose this game later on, I'm going to be livid. And another highlight. It looks like this time it'll come to the Hornets here. But there is Dobby in to intercept and win it back. Come on, we've done okay with the chance we've had. We've created good opportunities with limited shots on goal. All we've got to do is get one chance and take it. And I think that'll be enough for us. Come on, Dobby towards Ben Chilwell. Into Marek. Marek on the ball, back towards Dobby the Romanian, slides it into Christian Gutierrez, and finally, we get the goal. Our fifth clear-cut opportunity. Christian Gutierrez said, I'll miss once, twice, 3 times, or maybe a fourth as well, but I won't miss on the fifth opportunity, as he makes it 1-0 with quarter an hour to go. Chilwell into Marek Kuchar, back towards Dobby sensibly, who had the space, picked out Christian, threaded the needle perfectly, and what a spin and finish by the Uruguayan. Our top scorer this season doing it again. Watford 0, Millwall 1. Now let's hold on to these 3 points. Come on. Well, we are into stoppage time, and it looks like we're going to get our 3rd win in 5 games. And I was targeting back-to-back victories today and safety in the Premier League, but have I spoken prematurely? No, because he's round the ball out of play, and that should do it. And our very good record against Watford continues. We've met them, I think it's 6 times in the series, winning 5 battles. And this is really interesting, because if you watch my whole save last year, you will know that Watford were our bogey team. We struggled against them quite a lot, but in this save, we have a lot of success against the Hornets, and we get a big victory there to start today's episode off. So 1-0 the final score, and whilst we have played a game more than all the other teams but Watford around us in the division, we've now gone into the top 10, 37 points, 14 points clear of the drop zone. I said we could secure safety today, and if we win our next game, that'll all but do it. Come on, you Lions. Brilliant start. And also Pontus Jansson, what a cheap little bargain that is proven to be. 3 games out of the 5, he's helped us get a clean sheet. In fact, he didn't play against Manchester City, so he's got a record of 3 clean sheets in 4 games since coming in. I was saying I'm not sure if I want that 10-game extension or not, but I think I do. He's had a brilliant start, and as Arsenal have beaten Norwich by 3-0 and Crystal Palace got a point against Stoke, yeah, it's looking increasingly likely now that we're all but safe in the Premier League. There's still a long way to go. There's still time for the teams to catch up to us, but I'm not sure it's going to happen now. I think if we get just a point against West Ham, that'll be enough. And some more good news as well, just before we do head into the West Ham game. John Black has signed a new 4-year deal. He's out of contract next summer, and after the hat-trick against Manchester City, I felt we should give him a new contract. He doesn't play that much now, John Black, but he has a very, very, very good goal-to-game ratio. And, you know, if you've watched any of my career mode saves in the past, and a few FM saves as well, you will know we often have one striker that doesn't play much, has limited game time, but when he does play, he finds the back of the net on a regular basis. I was thinking Black could be the Donnelly of the save. It's looking unlikely now, but he might be that squad striker that always gets a goal when he plays. So Black signs the 4-year extension, and it's not even that much money. $8,000 a week for a talented Northern Irishman. I'll take that. And also Manchester City have just won the Carabao Cup, and this is quite interesting, but this could be the year where we see one of those rare quadruples, because right now, Manchester City, under Carlo Ancelotti's stewardship now, are into the next round of Champions League in the quarterfinals. They're top of the Premier League right now as well, and they're into the FA Cup quarterfinals as well. Already one trophy under their belts this season. They could be going for the quadruple, you know. They've got a chance of winning it. And so, as we move into the second and final game of today's episode, we now indeed take on West Ham at the Den, as we look for back-to-back victories that will give us those 40 points to keep us in the Premier League. West Ham in horrendous form coming in to the game. With 10 games to go, 8 points off safety, they really need to win this game if they're to have any chance of staying up, which, again, I kind of hope they do. I kind of hope both West Ham and Crystal Palace stay up for more rivalries next season. We'll have to wait and see, but I certainly won't give them the 3 points easily, as we want to keep on getting the wins and hopefully all but secure safety tonight. So, we will stick with the same team and the same instructions on the back of a win, because why mess with a winning formula? So, this will be our team once again. Lunan in goal, back three of Hutchison, Janssen and Fry, our wing-backs Chilwell and Ahumada, and in the middle, Koulibaly, the Dream, and Dobby. And up top together, Gutierrez and Kuchar, with the bench being Woodman, Cooper, Romeo, Drinkwater. Actually, O'Reilly's back in suspension, so we'll put him in there for Drinkwater. So it's actually Woodman, Cooper, Romeo, O'Reilly on the bench, Webster, Enzo, and John Black as well. So second and final game, it's West Ham. Let's get another win. Come on, you Lions. So first chance could fall very early on, just 2 minutes into this Friday night kickoff. You'd think this should be scheduled for a Sunday afternoon, Sunday lunchtime kickoff really. But as Koulibaly finds the dream, maybe we can get our first chance early as Christian whips it out wide towards Ahmada. Lovely build up this. Nice ball inside, and that's a lovely little goal as well. Just 2 minutes in. Look at that on the left, 96% possession. And we started the game off by barely giving West Ham a sniff of the ball, and we've gone in front of a lovely passing move. And we don't say that very often with these lines. Dobby to Gutierrez, whips it out wide towards Ahmada, and the wing back plays it across the ground. There is Marek, who fires home at the near post. Millwall 1, West Ham 0. And already 2 minutes in, we're in front of the den. Get in. Obviously, when we play our 4-4-2, you'd notice by the instructions, we don't look to have the ball on the ground. We just launch it long and watch our strikers try and run onto the balls. But to be fair, in the 5-3-2, it is a little bit more of a passing system. I believe we have retained possession on. We're on shorter passing. We've got a midfield trio that like to keep the ball on the ground as well. So I shouldn't be that too surprised with the start to the game with that nice little goal there. But either way, we just got two conflicting different tactics, haven't we? As Marek crosses and Gutierrez, oh wow, should have made it 2-0. Golden chance for our top scorer, and Christian fluffed his lines. Well, this has been quite an uneventful game. It's been a while since the last highlight, but now 20 minutes after the restart, it could be another one. As Chilwell finds Dobby. And the Romanian plays a great ball out wide towards Ahmada. Already one assist today. Can he get another one? Crosses to the middle. Marek is there, and he almost did get the assist as Marek heads it over, but still 1-0. And I'm very surprised by West Ham's lacklustre play. They've got a decent team, but instead we've got 20 minutes to go, and I don't think they've had a chance yet. But there could be a chance for them here as Lo Celso finds Marine into Rotario. Great chance he finds Lumor, who goes for goal and smacks the top of the crossbar as it goes behind for a goal kick. 9 minutes to go. Can they salvage a point and try and get themselves going in this late run to stay in the Premier League? Well, we are into the final 3 minutes of stoppage time as we're still up by a goal. Can we hang on to the back-to-back victories that would secure survival in the Premier League? Enzo through, Black, and off the bench, the two strikers combined, and that's why John Black got that new contract. And what did I say before the game? He doesn't play often, but when he's on the pitch, he scores goals. It's the guarantee with John Black. He's a goal scorer. 2-0 to the Lions, and that will all but do it. I brought on a new strike duo. Marek and Christian wore down that back four, and now Enzo and John off the bench combined for the goals. Black marks his contract extension with a goal in the derby, and that will do it. Millwall 2, West Ham 0. I was targeting 6 points from 6 today against Watford and West Ham. We're going to get them, and that's going to do it. We're going to hit the magic 40 points total, and with 9 games to go, we're going to be 16 points clear of Norwich in 18th place, and that is basically that. Millwall are staying in the Premier League for another year, our second season, a very successful one, and provided we get at least just one win from our final 9 or 2 points somehow, then that will do it. We'll have more points than we got last year as we had 41 points in the season. So, you know, we're making progression. Season after season, we are making progression. I'm loving how this team's shaping up, and I'm loving the fact we've got back-to-back victories today, just like we were targeting. So, 2-0 the final score. I will calmly say I'm very pleased with the result and your performance. Most players are delighted. We shall individually praise Dale Fry as well, who's not looking too happy out there. Yeah, now he looks happy. And that will do it. So, a great positive episode for the first time in a while. Millwall have always secured their safety in the Premier League, and I'm just delighted with that. So that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So big thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated. And really help the channel out as well. There's going to be no drama, or so it seems, between now and the end of the season. So because of that, what we'll do is return for the season finale, and we'll play Liverpool and Stoke at home, or perhaps just Stoke at home on the final day, because it's looking likely, even with this really tough run of fixtures, that we're going to be safe, bar an epic collapse. So thanks for watching, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the season finale in my Football Manager series very soon. Bye.